Now, if you're into off-road caravans, there's a very good chance you've heard of On The Move. In fact, you might have also heard of the On The Move grenade. But On The Move has completely reimagined, completely overhauled the grenade, and we have a prototype of that new model here. It's a 6.3 metre model, and it's an absolute beast with loads of different features that even I personally haven't seen before. Now, this is the official launch of the new look grenade, and here we are at the top of New South Wales on this beautiful property, and we've got the CEO of On The Move, Robin Harris. And Robin, look, let's go through it. Here we are at the front of the caravan, massive storage box, something interesting here going on with the spare wheels. Let's start with here. What have we got?
Okay, so what we've developed here in this side of the toolbox is a fridge slide. So from feedback from a lot of customers where they say, we're going to put a fridge inside of our toolbox, we go, that's fantastic. We have so many people doing it. We've decided to try and make it easier for them. So the slide is built specifically so it can carry a Waco 55 litre fridge. But if you think about it, it's a black metal box. In summer in Australia in a 38 degree day, that's going to be 50 degrees in there. So what we've done is ventilated the top and the bottom of the box with 12 volt extraction fans to take the heat out of it. So whatever you put in your fridge, food, drink, what have you, stays cold.
And what have we got here? Is this like a ramp system to help you get the spare wheel down?
So this contraption here does two things. First of all, it holds our spare wheels in place. So obviously they're not going to go sliding around and move anywhere. We then have the ability to, when we're taking this out to access our wheels, quite simply, it acts as a ramp. You just roll the wheel straight out.
Now, I also noticed actually at the back of the van, can we go have a look at that? There's a very special storage system back there. Again, this is something that I haven't really seen on a caravan before. Was this your idea?
Let's have a look. Yeah, we looked at it and thought, how can we use the space that is not being used in a caravan? So what we looked at here is from a rear bar assembly point of view, it's quite easy to have some storage here. But to take it a step further, we're not doing anything from here to the very first cross member in the chassis. So what we've decided to do is fit some drawers. And we didn't have to modify anything with the chassis, it's just vacant space. And if you see something like that, you can see how quickly that could become an option or a standard feature in absolutely anything in our range. Space that we're doing nothing with.
And you've got one on both sides as well.
Correct, yes.
As I recall, Robin, the earlier models of the grenade were that classic sort of stick and tin construction. What have we got here? This is fiberglass sandwich panel.
This is a full composite van. So it's been a few years since we've made a grenade, so it's given us the opportunity to bring the name back into the marketplace, but more in line with the vans that we make today. It is a one-piece construction for the roof, front and rear. So literally starts at the base here, all the way around to the front. Then composite sides, and then we've got a honeycomb floor. So we're not using any timber or any framing whatsoever in the van.
So what about the internal furniture? What have you done there? That's all aluminium as well?
It is. We've moved completely away from timber. So we obviously have no timber in the external construction of the van. So what we've done now is moved into no timber construction on the inside of the van. You can see it's a composite panel, but aluminium clad on each side. So very lightweight. You've picked that up. Really, if that was in normal timber panelling that we use, it would be 5 times the weight of that.
That weighs almost nothing.
That's exactly right. It also means that water is no longer the great enemy of a caravan. So we like to produce a caravan that's never going to have water ingress, but if for some reason something does go wrong, we've got no cabinetry to be affected by it anymore.
Now, Robin, you do have some interesting things going on underneath the caravan. That's like a wishbone airbag suspension. Is that your own design?
Yeah, that is something that's unique to us and our range of caravans. So we actually use that in more than just this van. It's the first time it's been seen in a grenade. So if I can take you to the chassis, what we're looking at here is we use 550 grade steel. It's then pressed to take the weight out of it. We're 170 mil deep instead of the normal 150 mil. Our calculations say that we're saving about 220 to 230 kilos in the chassis alone in a van of this size.
Is that just through the use of the lightning holes and that sort of thing?
That's correct, yeah. So the strength of the steel enables us to do that, and the size of the beams. Instead of 150 at 170, we've got plenty of strength and rigidity. Then we can start taking weight out from there. As far as the wishbone suspension goes, we run that on an airbag suspension system where we put 2 airbags per wheel from a redundancy point of view. So this van here, 4 wheels, 8 airbags.
So why would you go for the Raptor coating instead of the traditional X plate or the checker plate?
Okay, so a couple of reasons behind that. One of which is weight. This weighs virtually nothing. You know, it's a couple of cans of paint, if you can put it that way. It's also extremely easy to repair. So it's no different to getting a scratch in your car. They're just painting it. When we put checker plate, for instance, in, that can require pieces of checker plate to be removed and then have to be reattached.
Which is expensive.
Expensive and adds a lot of weight to the caravan. So the big thing we're trying to create here is as much caravan as we can into this space and keep weight as low as we can so that you can take everything you want to take on your trip.
Now, Robin, I know this is a prototype van and I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything, but like to me, this looks almost ready to go.
Yeah, we like to think as we've evolved over time, our prototypes are better and better and better to the point where the aim is to really not have a prototype. The aim is to have the very first van that comes off a production line just be an available for sale van, away we go. So we are very happy with the quality and the finish of this, but from our expectations, we still do see it as a prototype van.
So what's going on here, Robin? Is this like a security system?
Instead of a normal reverse camera, that's a four-way camera. So what we actually have is 4 different views. So we have the standard camera at the rear for reverse. We have a camera on each side at the front of the van looking down the side. We also have a suspension view camera. Now I do need to point out that's not a standard feature in the Grenade, that is an optional extra, but there are a number of options we always build into our prototype so that the consumer is aware of what those options look like.
This electric bed that lowers electrically, it's a great design feature, but what have you done differently?
What we've achieved here is we've decided that we wanted to design a bed that could be slept north-south. So that bed is 1900 long, so you don't have to sleep and roll across each other. It is a normal north-south bed. But when we lower this down, which I'll do right now, we no longer have to move any cushions out of the way. So the frame of the bed falls within the frame of the soft furnishings. One of the things that traditionally happens is the belts will be on the side, not as visible. So yes, they are visible from where they are. That's deliberately done so that we're not wasting any space here. So that frame is complete cupboards. So even though the cupboard is complete in size, simply opens up there and we can access everywhere you see.
Now, as for this van's 12-volt system, as standard, it gets 200 amp hours worth of lithium, but that can be upgraded to 400 amp hours. And then you've got 400 watts worth of solar on the roof as standard, but you can again upgrade that to 800 watts. It also comes with a 2000 watt projector inverter, but again, you can upgrade that to a 3000 watt inverter if you want. Now that I've spent a bit of time with this caravan, I think there's one word that really sums it up, and that word is substantial. There is a lot of caravan here. There's a lot going on too, and there's lots of clever ideas and elegant solutions to common problems. One of the high points of this caravan has got to be the efficient storage spaces. There's so much storage on this caravan, both inside and outside, and I love those rear slide out drawers. Again, that's an idea that I have never seen in a caravan before.